Now that you've reached the final phase of your 3-month journey, let me tell you something important. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of a brand new life. The habits you've been shaping, the disciplines you've been practicing, they're no longer part of a program. They're now part of you. You've taken 3 months to reset, to reorganize your life, and if you've stayed the course, you're already a different person. But the real power comes now. It comes from sustaining it, building on it, expanding it, and using your life to inspire others. You see, change is not something that happens once. Change is a way of life. A commitment. A daily decision. That's what it means to become your best self. That's what this 4th phase is all about: momentum, mastery, and meaning. So let's go deeper. Let's talk about consistency. The world doesn't reward effort alone. It rewards consistent effort. Anyone can do something great once. That's not impressive. What's impressive is someone who can show up every day with the same energy, same focus, same discipline. That's how legends are made. That's how fortunes are built. That's how leaders rise. So if you've been waking up early, eating right, reading, focusing, working, don't stop. Multiply it. Turn one good habit into 5. Turn small victories into daily rituals. Don't settle. Don't say, "I've come far enough." The moment you do that, you stop growing. And if you're not growing, you're dying. Harsh, I know. But that's life. Let's move on to the idea of purpose. Now that you've reset your body, your mind, and your habits, you need to reset your why. Why are you doing this? What's the mission behind the momentum? If your goal was only to escape pain, that's temporary. But if your goal is to create purpose, to inspire others, to build something bigger than yourself, that's eternal. A man or woman with a clear purpose becomes unstoppable. They don't ask for motivation, they generate it. They don't ask for permission, they take action. That's who you need to become. Here's what I believe. The people who live great lives aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who chose to create something out of nothing. Who chose to build from the ground up. Who looked at the ashes of their past and said, "Watch me rise." So ask yourself, what do you want to build now? A business? A family legacy? A movement? A meaningful life? You've cleared the old. You've planted the new. Now it's time to harvest. Let's talk about mastery. You've tasted discipline. Now it's time to master it. You've worked on your thoughts. Now it's time to master your mind. You've taken control of your time. Now it's time to master your schedule, your environment, your relationships. People often stop when they're good enough. Don't be that person. Be the one who stays in the game long after others quit. Be the one who turns practice into performance, performance into progress, and progress into power. Mastery is not about perfection, it's about ownership. Own your time. Own your energy. Own your choices. Own your life. That's how you create freedom. You know what happens when you take full ownership. You stop blaming others. You stop making excuses. You stop waiting for things to get better. Because you realize, you are the reason they will. This leads us to the final piece, impact. What's the point of changing yourself if you don't change the world around you? The greatest reward of resetting your life is not just that you get better, it's that you lift others with you. When you rise, you give others permission to rise. When you lead by example, people follow. When you speak with conviction, people listen. You don't need to be famous. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to live well. People are watching, even when you don't realize it. Your children, your friends, your coworkers, your audience, your team, they are watching how you handle adversity. How you bounce back, how you treat others, and how you pursue your purpose. So ask yourself, what do I want to be remembered for? What kind of impact do I want to leave behind? Because legacy is not something you build at the end of your life. It's something you build every day, with every decision, every habit, every conversation. This is your time. You've taken the steps. You've built the momentum. Now it's time to live it. To lead it. To own it. Resetting your life in 3 months isn't about a one-time transformation, it's about becoming the kind of person who transforms constantly. So here's the final message. Don't look back. Don't slow down. Don't question your worth. You've earned the right to move forward. You've earned the right to lead. You've earned the right to live your life fully, boldly, and unapologetically. The past doesn't define you. The present doesn't limit you. The future is waiting for you. And you, yes, you, are ready. Now go reset the world, because you've already reset yourself. Winners are not casual with their words or careless with their thoughts. They understand that the most important conversations they will ever have are the ones they have with themselves. That's why they build a mental environment where clarity, confidence, and courage dominate. If your internal dialogue is filled with doubt, fear, and hesitation, how can you expect your actions to be bold, focused, and powerful? Jim Rohn once said, "Affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion." Winners don't just think positively, they think constructively. Their thoughts aren't fantasies, they're blueprints. They see the goal, they visualize the path, and then they speak it into motion. They train their mind to become a weapon, not a weakness. Think about it. Your life will always follow your most dominant thoughts. If your thoughts are small, your results will be small. If your language is filled with limitation, your opportunities will be limited. But if your mind is conditioned to expect growth, to pursue progress, and to believe in the possible, then the impossible begins to break. The way winners talk reveals what they believe. You'll rarely hear a true winner say, "I'm just unlucky," or, "I hope something works out." Instead, they say, "I make my own luck through action, and I'll create the outcome I want." They speak with agency, not helplessness. They speak with strategy, not wishful thinking. And in doing so, they start shaping their future, one word at a time. Here's a truth that many overlook. Your words influence others too. A winner knows that their voice can either lift people or drain them. When they speak to others, they speak with intention. They use language that inspires, empowers, and energizes. They know that great leaders don't just have great ideas, they know how to communicate them effectively. Their words are weapons of progress. Your mouth is a mirror of your mindset. And your mindset is the thermostat of your life. If you want your life to rise, you must raise the temperature of your thinking. And once you do, your words must match. Speak with clarity. Speak with conviction. Speak with belief, even before the results show up. Winners live in alignment. Their thoughts, speech, actions, and habits all work together. They don't just talk success, they think it, plan it, walk it, and repeat it. That's why they win. They are consistent. And that consistency begins in the mind, then moves to the tongue, then shows up in their lives. Too many people speak defeat while hoping for victory. They say things like, "I'm not good enough," or, "I'm too late," or, "I'll probably fail." And they wonder why success feels so far away. But a winner refuses to let those words leave their mouth. Because they know words become reality. Jim Rohn reminded us, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." But what about the words you spend time with? What about the thoughts you dwell on? What about the phrases you repeat every day? If you want to be a winner, surround yourself not only with strong people, but strong language. Make your mind and your mouth a team of transformation. Do you want to change your life? Change your vocabulary. Start speaking as if your success is already in progress. Start saying things like, "I'm committed to the process, I'm learning every day, I overcome challenges, I create my future, and I'm getting closer with every step." These aren't just phrases, they're fuel. Start small. Replace one negative thought a day. Speak one powerful truth to yourself each morning. Catch yourself when you begin to complain, and redirect that energy toward gratitude and growth. It's not about perfection, it's about progression. Winners also know when to be silent. They don't waste words proving themselves to the wrong people. They don't engage in pointless arguments. They save their energy for purposeful communication. Sometimes, the most powerful thing a winner says is nothing at all, because their actions are speaking louder. They also speak less about people and more about ideas. They avoid gossip, drama, and distractions. Their conversations are focused on goals, strategies, and opportunities. They ask better questions. They listen with intention. They speak with wisdom. And because of that, they grow faster and rise higher. So ask yourself today, what am I thinking about? What am I speaking about? Are my thoughts aligned with growth or fear? Are my words helping me win, or are they holding me back? Every time you speak like a winner, you become more of one. Every time you think like a champion, you step closer to that life. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary begins with the conversations you're having, especially with yourself. Never underestimate the power of thought. Never overlook the impact of speech. These are the tools that winners sharpen daily. And once they master them, success doesn't just become a possibility, it becomes a pattern. Winners understand that every thought and every word is an investment into their future. They don't just let life happen, they shape it deliberately, starting with their mind and their mouth. When Jim Rohn said, "Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better," he was teaching us that mindset is everything. And the words we use daily are the building blocks of that mindset. A true winner wakes up each day with intention. They ask powerful questions like, what can I do today to grow? What challenge will make me stronger? What words will I speak to inspire myself and others? They don't rely on motivation to show up. They create it through disciplined thinking and empowering language. It's not about pretending that problems don't exist. It's about refusing to let your thoughts be dominated by them. Winners acknowledge obstacles, but they don't obsess over them. They focus on the solution, on the next move, on the breakthrough waiting on the other side of effort. Their self-talk is not denial, it's direction. It points them toward what matters most. You see, when you think like a winner, you no longer seek excuses, you seek execution. You stop saying, I can't, and start asking, how can I? You stop saying, someday, and start declaring, day one. Your words become action steps. Your thoughts become fuel. And everything in your life begins to follow that powerful new pattern. Winners speak in the language of faith, not fear. When others say, that's too risky, they say, that's an opportunity. When others say, what if I fail? They say, what if I succeed? This isn't blind optimism, it's strategic confidence. It's choosing to see the possibility in the problem and the potential in every step forward. Jim Rohn taught that success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. One of those disciplines is watching what you say to yourself and to others. Because sloppy speech reveals a sloppy mind. And you can't live a sharp life with a dull inner voice. You've got to become your own coach, your own motivator. Talk to yourself like someone you're responsible for encouraging. Would you ever talk to a friend the way you sometimes talk to yourself? Would you ever say, you're not good enough, you'll never make it, why even try? Of course not. So stop saying it to yourself. A winner knows their value. And because they believe in that value, they speak like it. Their words are not filled with insecurity, they're rooted in purpose. Their sentences aren't built on complaints, they're built on vision. They've made the decision to become the author of their life story. And every word they write, every word they say, builds the next chapter. That's the difference. Winners write their script. They don't just read from someone else's. They don't let their past define their voice. They define it. And every day, they refine it. Every time they speak hope, they strengthen their resilience. Every time they speak vision, they attract opportunity. Every time they speak truth, they build trust. Let's get practical. Want to become a winner? Start journaling your thoughts. Pay attention to the language you use when you speak about yourself. Listen to how you describe your goals. Write down one empowering sentence each morning and repeat it out loud. Build your mental and verbal muscles. Speak life. Speak progress. Speak strength. And surround yourself with winners, too. Because the voices around you matter. Spend time with those who challenge your thinking, who speak greatness into you, who call you up to a higher standard. Winners feed each other's faith. They build each other with words. They sharpen each other's minds. The journey of success is not only physical, it's verbal. It's mental. And it's spiritual. You are always broadcasting your belief system, whether you know it or not. Your voice is a frequency, and winners tune it to faith, to focus, to freedom. Winners don't wait for permission to speak power. They don't apologize for believing in themselves. They don't dilute their dreams just to fit in with the crowd. Instead, they elevate their thinking. They speak with passion. They live with conviction. And they show the world what it means to lead with both strength and humility. Jim Rohn said, "Success is something you attract by the person you become. And who you become starts with how you think and talk. Your words shape your habits, and your habits shape your destiny. So talk like a leader before you become one. Speak like a champion before the medals arrive. Think like a winner before the victory shows up, because that's what brings it closer. Speak blessings, not bitterness. Speak growth, not guilt. Speak hope, not hesitation. And with every powerful word, you'll shift your identity, your behavior, and eventually your entire life. Remember this: your future is listening. Every word you speak is casting a vote for the life you want to build. Don't waste your words. Don't speak small when you were born for greatness. Don't let fear narrate your story. Talk like it's already yours. Think like it's already possible. Walk like it's already happening. Because when your thoughts and your words align with your vision, nothing can stop the progress ahead. That's how you think and talk like a winner.